So today we're in London. We were supposed to go by train, but as you'll see, I'm currently sat in the car because that all went a little bit wrong this morning. So thankfully we've been able to drive down to London. We're going to now see my friend Alan, who is going to look after our car for the weekend because we're staying in Acton, which is a long way from Walthamstow where he is situated. So we should do that in a minute, and then a bit later we're going to meet up with my parents and go to the hotel in Acton. You on Trains is my new YouTube channel. Ben on Train. Looking awkward while I film him. Oh. Yeah, we can just change there.
Where the full motor was.
Good morning everybody, today is Mothering Sunday and today I am planning to do a little bit of gardening. I've struggled the last few days to do absolutely anything other than cry. We've been told to socially distance, so rather than see my mum that I would normally do on Mother's Day, I have rung her today and my dad, and they're both doing well, and I am, obviously my parents fall into the more category for people that need to be more cautious. The word for it escapes me at the minute, and so I'm very mindful that that's quite scary to me, to be honest. And they live with my brother who's going to look after them, but he obviously is an essential worker and so he has to still go to work every day, so they're going to have to work out some kind of routine where they don't really cross paths too much for the next few weeks, or until this is over. So this was not supposed to be a waffle about all of this. This was just to tell you I was going in the garden to try and cheer myself up. Yeah, so that's the situation. It's not very good, and I keep looking at the news and that's not helpful. It's not helpful. It just breeds more panic, and you know, all the people panic buying, as much as I hate them for it. But a lot of people will have never panicked before about anything. A lot of people would never have felt anxiety. I mean, in one respect, those of us that have a bit of a better handle on it because we're used to it. We kind of expect the world outside to be a bit scary because we tell ourselves it is. But now it actually is, and there's a lot of people for the first time that don't know how to handle that, and clearly the way they handle that is by buying lots of pasta and lots of toilet roll. I do feel a bit guilty because a couple of months back I bought all those toilet rolls from Who Gives a Crap, and I've got a huge box of toilet rolls up in my loft. To be fair, I give a load away at Christmas, so who knew that those little Christmas presents were going to be quite so valuable as they turned out to be now. I suppose that's a almost humorous touch to this whole situation for me anyway. So yeah, I've been offering toilet rolls to all and sundry. Anyone who wants a toilet roll, I am happy to give them out. But yeah, I do feel a bit funny that I've got a massive box of toilet rolls up in the loft and I'm criticising people for stockpiling toilet rolls. But then yeah, being eco-friendly clearly suggests that I am more prepared for a crisis. But yeah, I jest, but it's not a good situation, and hopefully we'll get some form of normality. It won't be the same as before, but we'll get some normality soon and people will calm down a little bit and the food shops won't be so empty. As of tomorrow, I'm going to be working from home. as many days as I can. Obviously my job, I'm very fortunate I can do that, and I'm very fortunate as well to have a garden and somewhere to go and spend some time. But yeah, so from next week I'm going to be working from home as much as possible. I'll have to go in occasionally to do some photography because I can't do that at home, but the times I go into the office will be few and far between, as Boris has told us to do. Yeah, I've done it again, I've rambled on. Yes, so I'm going to go out in the garden and try not to cry again today. That's my mission.
Stay at home during this pandemic. And though huge numbers are complying, and I thank you all, time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
So today I am going to make some improvements in the sewing room. Ben's given me some record storage units that he no longer needs, so I'm going to put my fabric in there and try and make this room a little bit more friendly. I've had to work in here a week now and it's okay, nothing wrong with it, but it's a bit cluttered and I'd like to tidy it up a little bit. And Ben's very kindly going to put some of my pictures and my guitar on the wall so that it feels a bit more cosy. All of my stuff is currently in the middle of being put outside onto the landing while Ben puts the pictures up. So hopefully this will make it look a lot nicer and it'll be much more fun to work in here next week. My beautiful oxalis is not looking its best at the moment and it really needs to go and have a little sleep. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut off all the leaves and all the growth, and then I'm going to pop him under the sink and leave him there for a couple of weeks so that he can go dormant and hopefully recover some vigour and energy, and he'll come back looking even better than he did before. Next, also I'm going to take out from underneath the little money plant and put that up on its own little pot. He doesn't want to go into dormancy, so I'm going to take him out and put him in a tiny little pot that I've got. See if they both pick up and start growing some roots properly. So whilst I was tidying away and moving all my stuff into the new storage units in my room, I found a bag with extra bits of crochet that I started. Now when I bought my stuff for my waistcoat, I didn't realise I had any granny squares that I'd already done myself. And these are only kind of like the beginnings of granny squares. I haven't done very much on them, but they're enough to get going on some more. And I thought, well, as soon as I've got some left over from the waistcoat squares that I bought, I could use these and turn them into a scarf so that I get both things I wanted initially. So that's what I'm going to do in the evenings after I've done my work, and hopefully this will keep me nice and calm. So I finished my extra crochet squares that I was doing from the ones I found in my stash of junk, and I've laid them all out, and I think I'm pretty happy to mix in the eBay ones that I bought for my waistcoat with the ones I've made. It's obviously a different pattern because I haven't done more of a circular pattern, I've done more standard granny square, but I think it looks okay, and there's enough here to make quite a nice little scarf. So I'm going to start joining all these together and see how I get on.